What happens when you take Xander from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Joy from My Name is Earl, Wink from 8 Mile, Bobby Lee, and Kelly from the game, and you put them on an island with a demon clay piñata? Let's find out. Today's Trap Recap. Can I get the crack now?
Man, take it. Get the fuck out of here.
Thanks.
Close the door, too.
Now,
Our story begins with several friends headed to the island to get it in. Bars. And they pull up, and definitely their ceiling's missing. And Wink's like, yo, bro, I heard you and Joy broke up, man. Serious? He's like, yup. And Wink's like, well, let me get at it then, bros, before her house. Ha! And he's like, do what you do, dude. And Juanita talking to Joy about some shit, but she ain't listening. That's when Bobby Lee and Karen pull up because they the OGs of the competition. And everybody geeked up, ready to go, you know. And they figure out they're trying to find as many pieces of underwear as they can possibly find. And there's some liquor drinks out there in piñatas, so they ready to get going. Bobby Lee tells them that they've already been prepared. Get it? Prepared. And Wink's like, I better be with a female for real. So they cuff up Kiki to Thad, Red to Moose, Wink with Juanita, Kelly to James Franco's little bro, which leaves Joy and Xander, and please believe me, they are tripping about that. Bobby Lee gives him the click-clack, and it's off to the dash.
do it!
So Kelly and Franco find a treasure trove of draws, and he happens to know how to pick handcuffs, so he pulls out a bogey and fires up. She don't usually do, but Kelly takes a few hits of damn self. And after a bit, they high, feeling good than a motherfucker. They ain't even tripping on them dominoes no more. And that's when Kelly finds the clay piñata, and Franco decides to break a branch and crack it open with it. But that don't work, so he gives her some lip service and goes to try to find the boulder. And that act woke up the ancient Aztec demon inside it. And when they get back, it's gone. That is until the crack cuts clean open Franco, and he's done for the day. Kelly skedaddles. Yeah. So Red and Moose is making idle chit-chat, and they get startled by Kelly rolling up on them, talking about some demon piñatas, but she smelled like that loud, so they think she just geeking, so she runs off. They get back from the scavenger hunt and happen to come across a piñata, and we remember the piñatas is full of liquor, so they kind of thirsty and they crack it open, but the OG, he don't like his little homies getting cracked like that. They find a shovel and start looking for some treasure, and they find it. We fast sideways to Kelly coming back to the camp with the OGs, and she's telling them how Franco's dead. Flash back sideways, and they find the treasure, but they misplace the shovel until Piñata Man lodges it in Moose's head. Cut to Xander with his head between Joy's legs, asking why they broke up, and her telling him if he was in that position more they never would, when the OGs pull up, uncuff him, and tell him to go find the rest of the clique because there's some shit that went down. And Karen says whatever the danger is, she wants to talk to their manager, and they go searching for Franco, right? And they find him, but he's half the man he used to be. Speaking of the man, Dad got Kiki in the tarantula, and instead of continuing to touch her up, he decides that he's gonna get up and go try to touch up Piñata Man. But you know what? Piñata Man don't play. And he grabs a stick and flips it on him, and then guts him right then and there. He said he wants his inside candy. He cuts himself down and gives Kiki the 3-piece. And that's when Xander lets off some shots, which sends Wink and Juanita back running. Bobby radios Xander to see if everybody's there. Xander says everybody ain't making. So Bobby tells him to proceed back down to the beach to the boats. While they're walking, Wink is telling Juanita about his homeboy named B-Rabbit who grew up to be Eminem. But when they get down to the beach, the boats is destroyed, and there's all kinds of hoof prints all over. So Bobby Lee and Karen are on X game mode trying to get back to the beach. That's when Karen takes a tumble and definitely wants to talk to somebody manager. But Pinata Man is not only the manager, he the CEO, and he handling complaints with restraint. He's on their ass. That's when he gets a hold of Bobby Lee and tells him since he's a comedian, he probably only needs one arm, and then breaks the other one. Then he tells him the killing joke, but that shit ain't funny, and turns his sight on Karen. But then she trying to go the hard way, ends up taking another tumble, but that ends up helping her escape Pinata Man. Night falls, and they're around the campfire, and Joy's talking about how if her neighbor Earl was there, he'd know what to do. And Xander's like, nah, if my homegirl Buffy was here, she'd know what to do. Because in high school, we used to fight vampires and werewolves and all types of demons and shit. Kelly's like, man, I only got relationship experience. But I know one thing, we gotta figure out a way to kill that pinata so we can live. And they hear something out in the woods, so they go and check it out. Turns out, it's just Wink and Juanita. And they're like, yo, what y'all on? Xander's like, yo, there's a demon pinata and we gotta kill it. Wink's like, are you fucking serious? So in the morning, they coming up with a plan because they don't really know what to do. They kind of stranded with no boats. That's when Kelly jumps forward and says they need to stay where they are and try to make friends with Pinata Man. Everybody look at her like she crazy. And Xander tries to convince her they need to make moves. So Wink says that if they can get some cell phone service, he can call his big homie, Papa Doc, and him and the whole free world to come fuck all this shit up. And there ain't no service around here, so they gotta make moves either way. So they do. They're trekking through the jungle like they walking through the valley of the shadow of death. And Pinata Man sees him, and he ends up catching Wink lacking and chokes him completely off the ground. The crew turn back to look for him, but they don't even see him. And they end up continuing on with him dangling right above him. Say goodnight to Wink. Kelly stops to pee, and as she's zipping up, she sees Tarzan Pinata Man come down and take half of Juanita's face off. Then runs back to the other two, but they can't even believe it. And Xander's so mad, he ends up stabbing a tree like it is he on me. And he's trying to find him, and inevitably he finds Karen's ass. Joy's running through the forest from she know not what right into Xander's arms. They sit tight until it's night and then prepare for the final fight. Begin Gear Up montage. Oh yeah, that's gonna work right there, especially with the Home Alone dummy trap. It lures in Pinata Man, and as he goes to strike, Xander flies down and catches him in a net, and they set it on fire, which warms him up and allows all the Aztec demons to escape, and they're able to live. And that's the end of the whole movie. Submachine Uzi. Rah! Ooh. How to Beat Megan's up next. We'll check that out. But first, let me just say this, man. So, to everybody that's been liking, subbing, commenting, it's all love, man. I mean, the tribe is like 600 and something strong right now. So we getting there, you know what I mean? Damn near the cult status. And I'm going to keep rocking and throwing these recaps out on movies that is too dumb for you to ever want to see, but entertaining when I tell you what it is, you feel? So keep it up. We gonna keep getting it, hitting it, and never quitting it, you feel me? Until the next time, I'm outro.